I'll never forget the moment it all came crashing down. My name's Emily, and I'm 34 years old. Looking back, I can't believe how careless I was. I was sitting in the living room, chatting with my best friend Chloe over a cup of coffee. It started off as innocent girl talk, but it quickly spiraled into a conversation I deeply regret. We were discussing the ups and downs of marriage, and I vented about things I've been keeping bottled up. You know how it is, sometimes you say more than you should when you're with someone who knows you inside out. But I wasn't as careful as I should have been. What I didn't realize was that my husband Ethan was standing just a few feet away, out of sight, but within earshot. I told Chloe about my growing doubts and frustrations, things I'd never had the courage to say to Ethan directly. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going through the motions, I confessed. It's like he's here, but we're not really connected anymore. And then there's Liam from work. The second those words left my mouth, I wanted to pull them back. But it was too late. Chloe's eyes widened as she realized the gravity of what I'd just admitted. Emily, you're not saying, she trailed off, her voice full of concern. I shook my head quickly, trying to downplay it. It's nothing really. Liam's just nice to talk to. He listens in a way Ethan doesn't anymore. That's all. But Ethan had already heard enough. He stepped into the room, his expression a mixture of shock and pain. So that's how you feel, he said, his voice trembling. My heart sank as I realized the damage my careless words had caused. Ethan, it's not what you think, I stammered, desperately trying to explain. But he held up a hand to stop me. I've been trying, Emily. I've been trying so hard to make this work, but it seems like you've already checked out. Chloe, feeling the tension, quickly excused herself, leaving us alone. What followed was the hardest conversation of my life. Ethan confronted me about everything, from my feelings of disconnect to my remarks about Liam. I tried to be honest without hurting him further, but the truth was already out there, and it was tearing us apart. Over the next few weeks, Ethan and I tried to salvage what was left of our relationship. We went to counseling and had countless heart-to-heart talks. I cut off all unnecessary contact with Liam, and Ethan made an effort to be more present and attentive. But the trust we'd once shared was fractured, and neither of us knew if it could ever be fully repaired. I remember one session in particular where the therapist asked us to recall the happiest moments in our relationship. Ethan talked about our honeymoon in Italy, how we spent hours wandering the streets of Florence and indulging in gelato by the Arno River. I shared memories of the day he surprised me with a picnic at the park where we first met. For a moment, it felt like we were reconnecting, rediscovering the love we'd lost. But the shadow of my words and actions lingered, making it hard to move forward. As the weeks turned into months, the strain became too much to bear. One evening, Ethan came home and sat me down at the kitchen table. Emily, he began, his voice heavy with emotion. I think it's time we admit that we're better off apart. His words were a punch to the gut, but deep down I knew he was right. In the end, we made the difficult decision to separate. It wasn't out of anger or resentment, but a mutual acknowledgement that we'd grown too far apart. Looking back, I wish I'd been more mindful of my words and actions. Maybe things could have turned out differently. Now, I'm focusing on rebuilding my life and learning from my mistakes. I've taken up journaling to process my emotions and started a new hobby, photography, to keep myself grounded. If there's one thing I've realized, it's the importance of communication and honesty in a relationship. I only wish I'd understood that sooner. But life is a journey, and every mistake is a lesson that shapes the person you become. Thank you for watching this heartfelt story. If you found it engaging, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories. Your support means the world to us. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.